Hey, we are starting today back in our desert. It has been a while. No joke. My day job work has been crazy lately, so there's been not that much time for the important things in life like gaming, streaming, etc. But hopefully now I can. Things have got to a point where I can get back to my normal schedule and yeah, we can continue to build out this world. I'm actually struggling. It's been so long. I'm struggling to remember where we left things last time. But I think we built out this storage hub section, and the trouble is we didn't have enough red sand to fill in the rest. So this time we were going to build a wandering trader farm to try and get our hands on more red sand and expand, be able to put the detailing in. And I think I at least want to fill in these three sections on the towers. This middle bit is kind of growing on me. I like this. I like this as it is. I don't think I will actually change up the regular sandstone there. This back though, I'm not. This back is not pulling its weight. So we're going to have to redo this at some point and make it better. I can't remember if I finished this before or after the last stream, but we now have the whole of the island is now enclosed. So we have this nice sort of inverted semi-pyramid that we go all the way down to the build limit at the bottom of the world, just above the void, and we've got these nice taper corners. And that gives us plenty of space aside for shenanigans. So I did a little bit of planning after the last stream and before this one, and I think I've sort of decided what's going to go down here. So what I'm thinking is way down this at the other end of here along the far side. So along here we're going to put in a bamboo and a sugarcane farm. So the idea is they would be here, and I want to feed those into the same water and ice way that runs all the way down and feeds the storage. And then at the moment, the storage just runs the things across a bank of chests. So the items come out here. Oh, the items come out here. They come along, get sucked up by the hoppers, and then anything left over gets burnt. And then we put these extra chests in for later. So what I want to do is run the items along the iceway until they get to the end here. Then potentially I want to funnel them. Then I want to funnel them down here. Come back along, just below the roof here. And then along here, I want to have a bunch of sort of auto crafters to craft up resources from those. So automatic TNT crafting, automatic automatic TNT crafting, automatic TNT crafting, automatic firework crafting from the, and also converting excess bamboo down into. Actually, no, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Actually, along here I wanted to put mass storage. So this is where I want to put some bulk storage, so we can store excess sand, excess bamboo, and excess bamboo planks and blocks, gunpowder, TNT. So all the things we're going to be building, I want to have a much more fleshed out storage here. So upstairs we'll have our quick access storage, and then down here we'll have our, oh crap, I need a lot of this storage. And then along the back here I want to have the auto crafters. So they would pick up items that hadn't been, they would pick up the excess items after we've got a good amount of storage. And I want to have each of those storages be sort of toggleable, so I can turn them off if I want to focus the items coming through into the crafters, or I can leave them, or I can let them sort of fill up. Yeah, and then along this side, I want to have the crafters feeding background here where they can rejoin, hopefully then rejoin the water stream down here, or be disposed of in fire. So that is the plan. I have no idea whether or not we will succeed or not, but hopefully this will give us a quite a nice sort of setup out here in the desert. We'll have a good supply of rockets for when we finally get elytras and things. We'll have a good supply of gunpowder so that we can use that for other farms. That has been I'm most looking forward to. Being able to finally automate cobblestone, because I have sort of set myself an extra challenge in this world of no duping. So that includes the sand, the red sand, and the TNT. And then we can get we can also then start using the bamboo planks, for instance, to power a super smelter as well, which we'll squeeze in down there, either down there or up on the top. I am undecided, because a super smelter does look kind of cool. So I don't know if we want to have that above ground where we can see it, or if we still want to hide it underground. And yeah, and then the plan will be that we have, say, up here we'll put some building in. We'll find some pretty way to spawn proof the slime chunks, and we'll have like a little village for the villagers. We'll probably go and empty that village up there of residents and bring them down. Although I am in two minds as to whether or not to touch that village. It is a relic now. With the updates to the data pack, the Skyblock data pack, these will no longer generate. So it could be worth keeping. Well, it could be worth keeping at least some of them, but I don't know. We'll have to have a think about that. But yeah, we'll get some villagers going over this way, and yeah, we will get ourselves we're going to get ourselves set up. But the trouble is, I really like the way the red sandstone sets off against the regular sandstone and the sand, and we need more of it. And the only way to get that is unfortunately the Wandering Trader. Thankfully, I only want to use it as a detailing block and not as anything major in our builds, but yeah, it's going to be a pain to get without a large amount of Wandering Trader trades, and we're not going to get those just by hanging around waiting for them to spawn naturally. So there is a couple of bits that I need to collect, and so we'll go get those, and while I'm at it, I will talk about where we're going to put it. So I was thinking, as we are mostly going to use this for sand, I'm going to put it over here. So I set up this portal. It goes to over by where we previously raided the desert temples and found the first village that we went to in this world. So this was the first desert. This is near the first desert we ever found in this world. And the idea is we're going to build a little complex here, and we'll trap a load of Wandering Traders over this way. And I will probably I'm going to make the Wandering Trader farm desert themed to fit in with our other platform. So we'll just head back to spawn. Oh, hi, Captain Crumbs, welcome in. Here we go. So, oh, no. So I did have a few thoughts on where I could put the Wandering Trader farm. So one thought, as we're going to be AFKing it a lot, one thought was that I could put it, was potentially put it over here. So I have a portal just down there that I set up, and that corresponds to a flower forest biome. So I was thinking maybe we could actually combine the Wandering Trader farm with some flower farms. But ultimately I decided because of the way the flower meadows biome generates the flowers, that I'm not quite sure where the actual farms for that will have to go in order to get the flowers that we want. So I decided actually maybe combining it with the flower farms is not the best, would not be the best idea. The other thought I had was to put it right down at the end here by the gold farm, opposite. But then I was like, and that would be over towards where the stronghold is. But again, decided maybe not there, and also thought about maybe at the end of the same corridor that our Hoglin farm sits in. But yeah, I back and forth a bunch, and then I decided that mostly what we want from them is the red sand. The mini blocks would be nice as well that we have from the data pack, and also the small drip leaf is another thing we'll only be able to get from the Wandering Trader. But yeah, I think ultimately what we're mostly after is a red sand, so it kind of fits with the desert theme, and we could add another build out into our sort of desert area. So I'm just grabbing some of the frog lights here from our froglight farm from before. I grabbed some of the white ones. These are going to be a temporary light source in this, because what we need to do is keep the light when we're building the Wandering Trader farm. What we don't want to accidentally build is a pillager patrol farm, because the pillagers and the Wandering Trader will not get on. Yeah. And yeah, that will ultimately just cause us some problems. So let's put some. So I brought some building supplies over. I've got a bunch of sandstone here, and some sand. And between that, I wiped out quite a large chunk of our sand supplies. But that I'm making a bit of glass. But somehow overnight, the farm has pretty much refilled in its entirety. That sand farm is absolutely insane in the amount of resources it produces. Okay, so we've got that. And then the final thing, actually, sorry, that I should have got while I was down back at base is we're probably going to need some water buckets, because we're going to need to descend down in the world a bit, and we'll need a bed so we can set up a temporary place to sleep the nights away. Okay, so what do we have here? Buckets. Oh. Buckets are in here. We'll take a couple of water buckets, that way we can create an infinite water source if we need one. We'll take a bit more food. And And oh yeah, the other thing I did, the other thing I did last night, and that I'll actually expand slightly on while we're here, is I added white concrete powder, and we'll add some white water, a list of available blocks. So we actually have quite a large variety of like these, the white and lighter grey colourings here, between the diorite, the quartz, the bone blocks, calcite, and now the concrete powder, and the things. This is coming from our combining the gravel from our bouldering farm and the sand from our sand farm. So that with the white dye we get from the bones, we've got an infinite supply of white concrete now. And this is why I was thinking about the flower farm, is the more flowers we have, the more dye options we have. And the more dye options we have, the more concrete color options we have, as well as wall coloring. So we do have a supply of poppies from the iron farm, but we mostly compost those. And we can manually get a bunch of pink, magenta, red and yellow dye from the two tall flowers, but let's be honest, it is a pain to farm them that way. So if we can get some automation going, then that would be much better. Hang on. So I've got the dye. Sorry, I've got the other stuff down there already. The building blocks. I came back for water. And is there anything else I need while I'm here? Yes, we're going to need some trapdoors as well for things. So let's take ourselves a stack of wood with us. I have a stone cutter and a crafting table in the ender chest. And I have a flint and steel down there already, because we will probably need to move that portal. Probably could do with a few more nether blocks as well to make the end here a bit safer. But the only way to come off of the thing is to push the boat into the side, and at the moment I'm always nervous that the boat's just going to keep going and drop into the void. A bed, that was the other thing I wanted. Sorry, let's quickly go back and get our bed, and then we can start building. So the wandering trader is an interesting mob. I believe it has a chance to spawn every 20 minutes of game time. So every 20 minutes we have a chance for the wandering trader to spawn, and the first time it tries to spawn, it will have a 25% chance of actually spawning. The second time it will have a 50% chance of trying to spawn, and the third time and every subsequent time it will have a 75% chance of spawning. And then, if I remember correctly, every attempt at spawning a trader will have a 90% chance then of just failing. It will just go, no, not this time. Oh. Yeah, and then given those probabilities, it's still amazing how, as Crumbs has just said in the chat, that they will still manage to spawn constantly in the wrong place at the wrong time. so we're going to want some water, some building blocks, and then, okay. So yeah, so this is the spot I was thinking of building in. So there is our original portal into the desert, and this is the island we raided, and then this is the temples we raided, and then the village we went to first time around is over there. But let's try and make this a little bit more safe for now. And then we need to get further down into the world. So at the moment we are at Y70. So the problem with Y70 is phantoms. So we're going to want to go and build down a bit. Before I do that, let me actually go put anything useful into a chest here, because there is a high chance we will just plummet into the void. Let's put a bucket in there as well. We'll put a bed down, we'll set spawn, and then we'll try and build down a bit and get ourselves set up a bit lower down. Where did I put the water stream? There we go. So I want to try and descend down to two different levels here. Sorry, forget we don't have respiration like this. Let's come down safely here. So let's check the looking at block here. That is 42. So we want to come down to Y40. Yeah, so we've got Y40 there. And we'll just build ourselves a little platform down here. And Y40 is the highest that slimes can spawn. So under Y40, slimes can spawn within a slime chunk. So we don't want to have anything built any further down than here, if we can avoid it. So we don't have to deal with the slimes. And we'll put a bottom in there. And then the other is we want to be below Y64 for our platform, even if we jump. So I think if we come down to let's pull this up again. So we want Y60. Oh, I think did I get the bottom there? Is this the bottom slab? It's a slab. It's sorry. It's a top slab. Damn it. That's not the one we wanted. So let's go get a pickaxe and hope that nothing spawns while we're in here. We shouldn't be the area should never be loaded while we're far away enough for spawn to happen. But okay, and then we'll quickly swap that out for bottom slabs. And then for reasons that I'll go into later, I'm just going to put, well, a layer below that as well. And then it's getting dark, so let's go grab the bed. We'll put that down. We'll have a quick nap. Sorry, and then we'll move this down to Y60, where things should be a bit safer. And then maybe we actually want to put a railing on this. Oh, that was not what I wanted to do. Okay, so let's get rid of the debug. We won't need that anymore. Yeah, and we'll put a bit of a railing on here so that we're safe, or safer, even. Oh, and out of cobblestone. Oh, right. So, the thing with the wandering. Oh, hang on. Sorry. There was one more piece of one more important piece of the puzzle that I forgot to grab. Or two more pieces that I will go and collect quickly and then get back. So yeah. So we've gone down to Y60 because that means that even if I jump, my head's still not going to go above Y64, which means that we won't get any phantom spawns while we're building this and while it's up, and if we're up on top while we're operating it. Oh, what am I looking for here? We want a bit of glass, and the other thing we need, which we are probably going to get ripped off hugely for, is we need a bell. So do any of you have bells for a sensible price? You don't actually have a bell. Okay. Okay, so there we go. One bell acquired. Okay, yeah, this is the way we want. Oh, that is probably gonna have to fix that. We missed the section when we put the blocks in along here to aid the boats. Oh, yeah, I'm currently too chicken to push too hard into the side to stop the boat now. So once we get the railings up, I will probably be a bit better at that. But we could. What did I do with the blackstone I had? We could get the stone cutter out. It's in here. Let's create some polished blackstone. Actually, let's go for. Let's put four more of these in. There we go. Now, if we do push in here, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure, yeah. Okay, we won't be able to get So we're not going to be able to fall off the side now with our boat. So that's going to make the transport a bit easier. But, well, hopefully we should have everything we need now though, so. Okay, so we have our spot picked out, and there's a few. Oh, do we have any? Okay, don't have that many slabs. We can use the black stone for now. These are just going to be temporary blocks anyway. And then we probably want some sandstone, some sand. And then we're going to want some of these frog lights. Yeah. So the plan I have for this is that underneath our temple, underneath our portal here, I want to try and have a 5x5 hole. Which is quite perfect because that means it's about the same size here. Oh, hang on, I need the stone cutter as well, sorry. Let's actually get the coordinates for this portal to make sure we are going to place our other portal in the same spot. So what is the exact overworld coordinates for this one? So just doing some quick maths. The nether side is 531. And 6. So that corresponds to 4,248 and 48 on the other side. So we'll try and make sure that we have we'll try and make sure that we have an appropriately placed portal this side. So that's 4,048. So it should actually be a bit more this way. And 48. Yeah, a bit more this way and a bit more this way when we build down. Oh. Okay. So let's try and find where the actual portal should be. So we come on. This way a bit. So this is 48. No, this. Okay, so this is 48, and then we want to go this way out to 48. Okay, so the center of our portal should actually be here. We can fix that. So we'll go up and we'll grab some obsidian and we'll set up our portal. Actually below. Sorry, I should have done that off the bottom platform. Obsidian. We have some obsidian and we have flint and steel. I think I'll leave the stone. Actually, I'll leave the stone cutter and the building supplies here. And yeah, I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose any of that. Okay, so what we want to do is we're going to attract the wandering. So how this farm is going to work is we're going to have a portal here, and actually we'll build the nether portal just below here. We could go all the way down to the bottom actually. Yeah, it's going to be filled with water, so that could actually be fine. Oh, there's our cobble from earlier. So this is definitely too high for slimes to spawn. So yeah, we need to come out of here, out from here. What did we say? We said 120, 48, and then this side was 48 as well. 120, 48, and then we come out 48. So now we can build a replacement portal down here. Let's expand this space out a little bit. Oh, actually need to put a portal, sorry, an obsidian block there. Okay, so what we're going to want is a 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is a 5 wide nether portal. And then we'll go up 3 blocks, 3 blocks there, 3 blocks there, and then we'll go across the top. And then we'll light this up. And if we go through, this should take us back to our portal here. Cool. Let's put stuff away. We'll take the pickaxe. Yeah, and then when we come back through, we end up this side. Okay. Let's take the empty bucket as well. So the idea is this is where we're going to try and push the wandering traders into this portal. So they will be pushed into the portal and then sent into the nether. And then once they're in the nether, their despawn timer, because there's nothing in there to load them, their despawn timer will stop. So now we've got the other portal, we can take this one down. Yeah, which means that we can store a large number of the wandering traders in the nether, and over time. So we can AFK. We can AFK overnight, or while I'm at work, and then when I come back to the game, we will see that we have a bunch of wandering traders in there that we can then trade with. We can then grab the goodies off of them, and hopefully some of them will have red sand. It's going to be a very... Oh, lost most of that. Let's try and collect the obsidian. Oh. Oh, we don't need all of it. Okay. We'll take out that. Take up the water here. And then we can mine this column down to here. We'll put in some slabs there. Drop the water back there, and then we've got a way up and down here. Can we get these back? No. Some of them might land below. Looks like they're going off on random tangents, so... Oh, we don't have to be that precious with the blackstone. We do have a good supply of it from the bartering farm. Yeah, so this... So what we're going to have down here is our collection area, and what we'll do is we'll drop the wandering traders down, and then we'll push them into water. Sorry, we'll drop them down into a water stream, and we'll use the water stream to push them into the nether. And then once they're in here, we will line this either side of the platform with trapdoors, and then they should then path and fall into a holding area which we'll build below. And then we'll just be able to come over here, head down to the lower floor, and we should have a small army of wandering traders at times to then trade with. So yeah, what's next? Here we go. I put the building blocks aside, so let's take some of... Where did I put the cobble? So we are going to want to... The question here is, which side do we want to drop? Do we want to have the water, have the collection area? I think this side is probably makes sense. It's going to be easier to build it out this way. So let's... Oh, sorry, stone cutter as well. We're going to grab our stone cutter. Okay, yes, I should have the resources we need. No, I've just got sand. Nothing to place it on. That's not very clever. So down here, because there'll be water streams, we're going to need a a 5x5 area of the sandstone. Oh, there it is. What have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll just get rid of those. Okay, and we'll put. Actually, how are we doing for light levels down here? Because we do have the portal. Not enough. Okay. So until we get this covered with water, we'll just keep it lit up for now. And I think we'll also drop. We'll put some blocks this side so that it's a bit safer. And some that side as well. Oh crap. I forgot how quickly this stuff mines. Okay. Yeah, so we want... Oh. Okay. So from here... we then want to go we want to go up to Y60. Actually Y59. And I should have done this before I scaffolded up, but we're going to want to take some of the sandstone and we'll turn it into slabs. So I'm thinking we will probably make our platform so that it out of sand, so it blends with the other areas of the desert. So we've got so we're going to want these to, we're going to want to create a bit of a platform up here. Is that higher than it? Yeah, that was higher than I anticipated. Okay, and then this is gonna, we want to create a drop chute here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the fifth one here. Come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. We should be right above 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 here should be right above the portal. And then we will quickly expand this out a little bit. We'll go 3 on each side for now. So the problem with the Wandering Trader is the mechanics are, as I said, they spawn every 20, I think it's every 20 minutes. An attempt to spawn a Wandering Trader is is kicked off. And the first one has a 25% chance of success, so 75% chance of failure on the first one, and a 50% chance of failure on the second one, and then it's a 25% failure of every attempt after that. So every 20 minutes you get an attempt, and the first two have a lower chance of success. Then for each of those attempts, there's also still a chance of it failing, which I believe is about 90%. So then even after we've even when we get an attempt, it's still likely to fail. But if that's if the rolls do succeed, and it does try to spawn a trader, what it will do is it will choose a random player in the world. So this is a single player world, so that will always default to me. And then it will look around that player and see if there is a village bell within 48 blocks of the player. If there is, then that becomes the center point of where it's going to try and spawn. And if not, then it will use the player's location. So if you have a bell nearby, then that is basically the center. That becomes the spawn target, shall we say, of the wandering trader. So once that spawn target has been picked, so either the player or the bell, it's going to look for a place 48 blocks in a 48 blocks in each direction in the shape of a square. So it's going to try and then it's going to then try and find a block, pick a block at random within that square, 48 blocks either side in each direction from that chosen spawn point. And should it be a spawnable block, it will then spawn the wandering trader. This is where we need our frog lights. Let's go one in each of these corners for now, and we'll come back and we'll find a more optimal layout in a bit. So 48 blocks in each direction. It's going to pick a random block. So it has a 97 by 97 square. This pigling's coming out the nether portal already. We'll have to get some armor stands put in there, hopefully to prevent them. As they will upset the trader's llamas. Yeah, so it's going to choose that 48 by 48 square location. It's going to choose that location within the 48 by 48 square, and it's going to attempt to spawn the trader. And if it succeeds, the trader and its llamas will spawn. If it fails, it'll pick again, and it will try and pick 10 different times. So it'll make 10 different attempts to find a spot suitable to spawn the trader, and if all of those fail, then no trader spawns. But if the trader does spawn, he will immediately start to walk towards. Oh, that was. You have to be more careful with our sand. If he does spawn, he will then start to immediately walk towards. Towards the point that he decided that spawn point that we mentioned before. So either the bell or the player, the location of the player, and we'll walk straight over there pretty much in a straight line. Obviously pathing around any obstacles it might find. When it chooses a point where the wandering trader actually spawns, what it will do is it will choose a random X and Z coordinate, so anywhere around here, and then it will look for the highest Y coordinate. So it will always spawn on the it will always pick the block on the surface, and that block has to be spawnable. So it has to be a block that other mobs can spawn on. So no glass. Unfortunately, no frog lights. They can spawn on the copper bulbs, and the redstone lamps and glowstone, but we don't have a good supply of that at the moment. So we're going to use these frog lights for now. And that will keep our platform lit up. And the wandering trader doesn't actually need the light. The light is for a different purpose. So what the other mob that we're going to have to watch out. The other thing, mechanics of the wandering trader, is that he will panic when confronted with enemies. So we need to make sure that on his journey to that central central block, that he doesn't encounter any zombies, any skeletons, any hostile mobs, and that he makes it to the center without panicking, basically. So we can do that by lighting the whole area up and keeping everything with at least a light level of 1, and that will stop everything but one mob from spawning, and that will be a pillager patrol who will spawn anywhere where the light level is above 9. So if we look at so we're gonna have to move these in a bit, I think. And we're going to have to try and keep the light level of the entire platform above 9. So what I'm thinking is we can embed these in the floor. So we have a giant flat platform. Yeah, and that's giving us the 9 in the middle there. And then later on, when we have a good supply of copper, we'll probably come back and swap these all out for copper bulbs. So yeah, this will sorry, I'm just thinking of the. Okay, so yeah. So by doing this, we will have the space drop them, and then we come out to this way. Oh, no, from the bottom. Oh. And then we'll put a block there, and then we're going to put our bell here. And then we're going to go down and get the wood, and we'll set up some trapdoors. I probably should have actually got birch trapdoors, given we're building out sandstone. I think those would have blended in a little bit better. But for now, where did I put the wood? Here we go. Let's grab our crafting table. And we're going to want We have a 5x5 hole, so we're going to want more than that. So that is 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that will do the outer rim, and then we need 4 more. I think. Yeah. So now if we put these trapdoors in here, what we're going to create is a pitfall that the mobs will find. The wandering trader is going to then path into this. He will fall down into our collection area. Actually, given we've put a light in the center there, I think we might even be able to move our frog lights out a bit further. So we want to try and find an optimal pattern for this, because every frog light placed is a potential spot where the spawn might fail. Okay, so yeah, so that gives us 9. Okay, so yeah, we can move these out. Oh. Here, and then what we'll do is we'll try and find an optimal pattern that gives us 9 everywhere. So we'll go out a bit that way, try and boost this one up to 9. And see where we get to. Okay, so if we come back down here, next up we want to put the water streams in at the bottom, I think. So I am probably going to screw this up, so I'll take a flint and steel just in case. And we can let's create a little infinite water source up here. Put that one there. Put that back. There we go. Oh. Bad aim is bad. Okay, so we need, the water will flow 8 blocks from the source, so we need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I have any actual sandstone? Yes. Okay, so we're at 5 here. 6, 7, 8. Okay, and then this one is 9. So let's do apologise. There is an obnoxious helicopter outside the window. Hopefully it's not coming through on through the mic, but it is quite loud. Okay, so we'll put a wall in here. Oh. And same on this side. We'll put a slab there for now. That will retain the water for us. And if we take out, we no longer need our frog light there. If we put the water here, sorry, my mistake. It's 8 blocks including the source. Okay. So let's make this, bring this in a bit more. We've got some of that back at least. Okay, these guys are going to be a bit of a problem for now, but we'll find a more permanent solution to them in a bit. And the water stream should actually stop them from coming this direction and encourage them to go the opposite direction. Okay, so then if we go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, there we go. So now anything down here should get funneled straight into our nether portal. Here we go, and there we go. The swirly result of teleportation. So, let's get up here. Push him off. Come on, back to the nether with you, mate. And yeah. Okay, so our wandering traders will fall down here, and then they get funneled into the portal there. Oh. So, and then we want the sandstone to go there. So this will go all the way up. We'll have a big drop chute down here into the nether, and then we'll file the traders away over there. Let's finish the main mechanism up the top out now, and we'll put the bell in. So we want this. We're definitely going to need to stop the Ziglins from spawning there. Alright, so now if we take our bell, let's grab our water sources back. Yeah. Get rid of this. And yeah, so any unsuspecting wandering trader that spawns up here on this at this level will come wandering down, push into the bottom, and then they will get neatly funneled into the nether. And that will free up the cap to allow any traders, other traders that try and spawn will then be able to, and we can slowly build up our selection of traders, our collection of traders. At some point in the future, it would be nice to do something, because at the moment what we're also going to get down there is the llamas as well. This is why we're going to have to deal with the piglins, because I think that because a piglin can aggro. I think the llamas are hostile towards all undead, which will include the zombified piglins, and unfortunately, our trader llamas back at spawn, we managed to lose two of them, and I'm assuming that that was due to some hostility with the zombified piglins. Yeah, the next thing will be to expand. I probably won't do all of that on stream, but we need to expand this out. This square out 40 blocks in every direction. So 48 to be 48 blocks in every direction. So so we have 1, 2 here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So basically we need to go another 41 blocks in all directions for this. So we will also need to set up some sort of permanent way up here. The water source will do for now, but we'll probably want to get up here at some point in the future. So I'm wondering if we do a ladder up the side of the drop chute, or if we actually install a bubble elevator to get us up here quickly. I'm thinking maybe we do the bubble elevator, and then we can shoot ourselves up to the top. Get up to the surface pretty quick and do whatever we might need to do up here. I am of a mind that we will also potentially be creating a camel and rabbit farm up here, and that those mobs will spawn on top of the sand, sandstone, and by spawning on top of the sand, so we will potentially have to do something about that. I think if we can get 10, well, I guess if we have 10 rabbits and camels and we keep them underneath the surface, that will prevent other spawns. So we can create a space for them down below. Maybe we could actually look at building a rabbit farm down there for rabbit's hide and rabbit's feet. I think the rabbit's feet are used in jump boost potions, right? So that can help us with our brewing later. And if we have more than 10 rabbits in the farm to produce the smaller ones, then that will give us a good base to. That would also work as a means of preventing the spawning of the passive mobs up on the surface. Because any space that's has a passive mob in it, or well, any other mob, for instance, will also count as an invalid location for the wandering trader spawn. So if we did end up with a large number of camels and rabbits at the top, it will slightly hinder us. I mean, it's not going to hinder them too much with just the 10, but the odds of the trader actually spawning are against us to begin with. So we want to do. Oh, that was as far as I wanted to go with this on this pass, but okay, let's fill in the surface. We could probably actually fill in a bit more around here. Let's put the slabs in around a downward chute. We can also put the sand in. I really need a new mouse, is what. We can take out. Oh. There we go. We take out those, we can put those in there. We don't still have the bucket, do we? No. Oh well. Oh. Hey, if I take this, is it going to update? No. Okay. So so now we've got this platform. We don't actually have to go out to the full 48 blocks. The farm should start working on a smaller platform. But as I said, we want to maximize our chances of the trader spawning. But chances are, if we do get a valid spawn, then like with a smaller platform, if we only went out to say 20 blocks in every direction with the 10 different chances, we should still, unless we're very unlucky, have a one of those coordinates selected successfully. At that point, we would effectively be dropping our. That we would expect to see about a quarter of the selected blocks be in the region we've sort of built out, and then if we have 10 attempts, then in theory that would mean that like statistically 2.5 of them should appear within the region that we've built out, but again, it will entirely come down to randomness and luck. And when it comes to RNG in games, I tend to have the worst luck imaginable. So I would rather I'd rather not leave things to chance if we can control it. Okay, so we have. So we got 1, 2, 3. So I think. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this should have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's figure out where our next round of the frog lights needs to be. So I think we can come out this way. Wait. Why is the lighting not symmetrical here? Because I wasn't building it symmetrically, that was why. Doofus. Okay, so let's expand this out, and we'll try and figure, because as I said, we want to find a optimal pattern with the frog lights, so that as few of them are laid down as possible, but we get the maximum sort of spawn protection. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, no, sorry here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it this one that we need to go? That makes everything level 9 or above. Cool. Yeah, so it's on the outer rim of what we've already laid down that we need to put down these extra frog lights. And all of this is to keep the whole area pillager patrol proof. So when they made the changes and said everything needs a light level of to say everything now needed a light level of 1 or above to prevent spawns in the overworld, the pillagers were the only thing that rule did not apply to, and they were allowed to spawn a slightly lower light level. Actually, what happens if we move this? If we move this one up, do we still get? No, that one become. No, we still get. We start to get some level 8s in. Okay. So we will. I'll expand this a bit more, and then I think we probably want to go through it and start on the nether side. So maybe we go out another 4 in each direction. What does that actually give us in distance now? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we'll be at 15 out in each direction at that point, which means that that will give us a 30 by 30. So we should, at 15 by 15, we should statistically still get 1 out of those 10 spawn attempts to pass. As I said, statistics are statistics, but luck is luck, and it doesn't actually mean much in a world of randomness. But how far away apart are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 9 between. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So I suspect what we'll find is that one. No. So I see 8s here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, sorry. The math is not mathsing for me right this second, but let's finish expanding this side out, and then we'll be able to see more readily where the placements need to go. Okay, so let's and we went out 4, right? So we'll expand this out 4 as well. Let's go make some more slabs. We'll hopefully have enough to finish this corner in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Let's try this, filling it in instead. Yeah, because with an edge to bump into it, I can be a bit more, a bit less safety conscious about how I'm placing them. Okay, so let's take this out. 1, 2, 3. So I suspect what we're going to see is, wait. If we go in the corner there between the two, yeah, we've still got 8. So we're going to have to come in 1. Okay, this is going to be less geometrically grid-like than I thought it would be, but maybe instead we keep them at 10. It will mean more frog lights, but I think this way the pattern we end up with will be a lot easier to replicate and reason with, because now everything is on a sort of a lattice, I guess. Yeah, they're all on the diagonals from each other. Okay. Yeah, and this will make it much easier for us to lay them out. So the next one will, for instance, we want one here. And then And one there. Yeah. One there. One here as well. Here we go. Yeah, this is much easier to reason through. So we'll continue to grow a platform out, and then where's it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're 5 blocks in between, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, that one's closer than it should be. One, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry. Yeah, 4 between each. 2, 3, 4. Something is squiffed this way. Let's get some more. Let's get some more sand. Expand the platform a bit. We'll get some more materials. So expand the platform a bit, and then we'll figure out. Although actually, sand we're doing okay on. Got more bulbs than we need, to be honest. More frog lights than we need. Sorry. Let's go. Where is our food? We left that. Did we leave that in? We left it in the chest here. We've done with the... let's take the stuff out of that and put it in here. And we'll take a chest through to the other side as well, just to be safe. In case we need one. We'll take our bed. So yeah, what I'm thinking is this will be like a ground floor within the farm. So when we come through the portal, we'll be able to go this way, and we'll put some other stuff in. We'll find something else to put in down here that we can use, including a bubble elevator to the top. And then the other side of the portal will be used for the wandering traders to get pushed into. And I think it was slightly too many. Okay, so yeah, the wandering traders will get pushed into the portal. Through there, we'll come through the portal and we'll come this way, and then we'll have whatever we need. Whatever we decide we put down below. So we will have a lot of space by the end of this. So if we put the same sort of design we put on the other farm in over here, then we'll have a we'll end up with quite a large amount of floor space down below. Potentially, yeah, we can put some other farms. So we need to find some other things that we can actually do while we're waiting for the traders to, or other ways to take advantage of the fact that the area is loaded while we're waiting for the traders to spawn. So I think as we move further out, part of this desert has a river flowing through it. Let's see. Yeah, so I think the way the biome borders curve, I think that looks like there might be a river over there. Comes around here. So if we get out that far, then we might be able to put something interesting like a squid farm maybe. Okay, so we want to go potentially here. Yeah, that gives us this area covered. And then here as well. And then this one. Have we come up wider than we needed to here? Wait. These in the right position? Yeah, okay. I moved all the other ones in slightly, didn't I? They were on the edge, but... So yeah, we'll fill all this in. As I said, once we finish expanding this all by 4 in all directions, and we've done 2 sides now. We're halfway through the 3rd, and that should give us a pretty good chance, even at this level, that we will have at least one of the 10 attempts to spawn the trader work. Yeah. As time passes, I'll try and expand this out. I'll probably spend a bit of time off stream on that. I might be able to get the whole platform. This is some nice grind work, so I might be able to get some. I might be able to get the whole thing in if I sort of head down and grind for an evening, and it's a nice sort of repetitive task to get your teeth into as well. So a pretty good way to unwind. One, two, three, four. Oh. Just about not enough. I might actually swap some of the. I might swap the blocks in the drop chute out as well. If we can get ourselves get our hands on a good supply of ink, for instance, I could make the whole drop chute black concrete, which would mean that when you look down, it's sort of a dark sort of drop down to a purpley glow at the bottom, which could look kind of cool. Sandstone. That could actually look pretty cool to just get over center. And then what I'm thinking is we probably want to decorate it a little bit. So I'm thinking we have a large area, and then potentially we just sort of try and decorate this a bit as a desert well. We'll put a sort of pillar here on each side, and then put a roof on the top, and we'll hang the bell. Maybe hang the bell off of that. That could give us a nice vibe to the area. Okay, that's far more than we need. Let's put the others in here actually for now. Oh, some of that was sand, wasn't it? Let's finish off this corner, and then we'll go drop the sand in and the frog lights. So I was going to swap these out for. Copper bulbs in the future, but they kind of blend in quite well with the sand. So maybe we take. I know I said that I want to give myself the highest chances of the spawn succeeding due to bad luck, but maybe we do sacrifice some efficiency and use the frog lights anyway, because they are a bit. I think they're a bit. There's a bit of a vibe to them. I think they work. I think they fit the. the what we're doing here. And then once I've got this, I'll probably come along and mix up the top and put some smooth sand, litter in some smooth sandstone in some of the areas. We'll have a look at what other blocks we could put down that would not necessarily block the spawns. So I need to have a look and see if the dry grass will affect the spawning at all. If not, we can come down and we can put some dry grass in. And generally just make it a little bit prettier up here. And we'll go all the way out eventually, and we'll put a wall around the edge, the same as we did in the husk farm area. Make sure it's all safe if we ever are up here. Oh, that was not the key I was looking for. So yeah, it's basically anywhere where there's 4, I think, is the ones that I need to swap out. That's what I'm learning. Oops. I was stood right there. How did I not pick that that sand block up? I literally stood on top of it and fell into it as it broke. Somehow it still managed to go over the edge. Alright. Well, that's a bit of a surface there. So next let's head down and we'll start to build up some walls. So I'll put some sandstone walls in for now. But I will probably look to swap them out at some point in the future for something a bit cooler looking in terms of the drop shoot. Oh no, that was all sand. Sandstone, that's what we're after. What's the time? Okay, we've been going a little while, but not. We haven't gone too long yet, so we should be able to get at least a working. We should be able to get at least a working version of the farm in for now, and then as we expand it out, we'll get a more and more useful. So, should I have been coming up this way? Seems unnecessary. Now I have no way to get back up there to carry on the building. That was not very clever. Okay. Let's get. No, that's too high. How far down can we actually place a block? Okay, so it was, sorry, I did have it right the first time. If I go there, does that make that spawn? No. Okay, it's still got enough light. We don't want to put. We can skip the corners, which will save us a few blocks in the long run. How far off the top are we? Okay, begin there. Okay. And then we should be able to. Oh, dangerous. let's get the. Oh, let's take these ones out, and then we can go all the way up to the top. Oh, I think I lost one of them there. That's not too bad. One slab out of all of. Oh, one slab and one sand block. Oh no, that one needed to stay. Okay, so if we go. Here, okay, so that's now a safe safe drop chute for our traders once they arrive. Cool. So, to some extent, that's this top part actually done. I might move this water source down. So I'll grab a bucket quickly and move that. But then all we're going to do on the top there is basically rinse and repeat as we expand the area out. Until we've got the whole thing covered. Until we've got the area as big as we'd hoped. We'll put that there. Let's pick that back up. There we go. That just makes it a bit less of an obstacle. Alright, so then what are we going to do on the nether side? What nether blocks do we have? We have those. We have a way down underneath. Over here. I think what we want is to replicate the floor from up here, down below. It should be here. Yeah. So this will be our wandering trader holding area. Oh, too far. Okay, so then if we expand out this way, that didn't last very long. I left the stone cutter up in the overworld, didn't I? Well, with a bit more space down there, we can hopefully just drop down now, which will make it easier to get down to that lower level. Let's go turn all of these into slabs, actually. Oh no, we'll grab the stone cutter itself because we're going to need a variety of blocks down there. I will take the bed as well. We'll leave those up here because those are specifically for building here, but we'll put our bed down this side. Then we have a convenient place to sleep. Oh. Okay, so we've got the slabs now. Let's try and expand things down here, and then we'll go get some more. We'll go get some more blocks, nether tunnel related blocks, and we'll expand out this area a bit more. After we've got the floor in. And then we'll need to come up with a way up. So I think we'll probably have a set of ladders and some trapdoors. I'm not sure if wandering traders can climb ladders the same as villagers can, but I'm hoping that they won't be able to climb a ladder that's missing the bottom run in the same way that villagers can't. 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so this whole area might actually have to expand ever so slightly. I'm just thinking because do we have enough space to do our normal pattern? I'll have to check, but we want to make sure that we have enough space to continue the design we have going along, like the balls here with 3, then a space, then 3. So we'll have what, 1 space, 1, 2, 3, yeah, and then in the end will be here. And then this side, 1, 2, 3, space, 1, 2, 3, space, 1, 2, 3. Okay, yes, so this should fit in, and then this side, space, 1, 2, 3, and then cool. So we are going to need an assortment of nether brick and nether brick and blackstone related blocks. So we can head down to our bartering farm and to the fortress we've been tearing down. We should be able to get a bunch of those. We should probably also get some armor stands. So we can try and spawn proof that portal a bit. Though I do worry we might not be able to spawn proof it entirely without widening the portal in the nether. So we might have to do that temporarily. The armor stands are because if you have armor stands in the portal like this, then they cannot... Oh. If you have armor stands in the portal like that, then the zombified piglins can't actually spawn within them. As part of the normal portal sort of mob spawning mechanics. As normally the zombified piglins that we see in the overworld aren't actually spawning in the nether and wandering through. They are spawned by the portal itself. So the portal will periodically decide that it is going to, on a timer, it will try and spawn a piglin. Actually, I can't remember. It's either random tick based or on a timer, but it will trigger a attempt to possibly. Oh, no, hang on. That was just a side mission. While we were down here, we actually wanted the nether related rocks. Some of those are actually down here. So let's take a row of those, and we'll also take a row of the other blocks. So we'll also, and then we'll fill our inventory up with the blackstone. Take that over. But yeah, one of the reasons why I ended up choosing that area as well, as opposed to any of the other areas I'd looked at, as I mentioned earlier. I looked at a few different spots as where I might want to build this, but the fact that is also that the collection side will be in a warped forest is also, I think. Oh, okay, that's all of our overflow of blackstone now. Actually, back to the main storage part. Yeah, part of the reason why I decided that would be a good place to build the farm is that it is in a warped forest, which means the only thing that can spawn there is Enderman, and Enderman can't spawn in the portal. So I would have to do less spawn proofing on the nether side of the portal, whereas some of the other spots I looked at were Crimson Forest, for instance. Trouble with the Crimson Forest is that the hoglins will spawn in the portal, and the only real way to stop them is to have blocks in the way, or the same. Let's see how these line up when we come through. If they're overlapping and in the middle, I'm hoping they will be. No, they've just actually. Yeah, they are sort of centered. I think these guys might have gotten in the way a bit. No, I'm going to make a horrible mistake there and push one of them. Hit one of them, and that will not be fun. Okay, so if we push you off the side, I dropped some sand down there. Can you go and have a look for it for me, please? Yeah? Oh, that guy was like, no, I saw what you did to my mate there. I'm having none of it. I'm going back to the nether. The thing is, mate, you are not safe on this side either. There is a big drop, and I dropped some blackstone slabs down off this side as well. So could you like just have a little look, see if you can find it down there? Thank you. Okay, let's try this again without the piglins on the other side. So if these spawn in the middle of the spaces, then no. Okay. So if we expand the portal on the nether side to be at 7 by 3, 5 by 3 even, sorry. Where's the flint that's still there? And I have my pickaxe. Let's deposit these blocks here for now. So if I take the sides out of the portal, So if I take the sides out of the pool and I build them here. Then I light it again. Flint and steel. Flint and steel. Here we go. And then if I put these in along here now, hopefully on the other side they should take up all of the spawnable spots, and yeah, okay. We are now we should be now free of the zombified piglin spawning. So we've given that. Let's then take these back out, and we'll put them back and make this a 5x3 portal again. Oh, sorry, a 3x3 portal. The sounds mod has such a nice sound for the obsidian breaking. I think it might be one of my favorites. Here we go. And then when we come back through, cool. We relink exactly where we want to. Nice. What I didn't bring was stuff for ladders. That is slightly annoying. We could, well, so what we'll do here. So to make this this work, we'll take out the 3 slots in front of the portal. We'll probably take out the sides as well. So then we will want so that's what. So I think we want. Is 20 enough? I think it might be. No. No, I wanted twice that amount. Oh. Yeah, so we'll put some sides on the portal here. We'll have to get up there and put some slabs on the top. I could put some parkour-y route up for now, which would save me from having to go back and get. Oh. Should save me from having to go back and get the ladders now. A spot of mild parkour might do the trick. Okay, so then we put, we also need these, and we go. Oh, I made too many planks there. So then we could put the, no, that's no good. We're going to need to temporarily put a top slab over there. I don't believe things can actually spawn on trapdoors, thankfully. But But yeah, when the farm isn't in use, this will be our way in and out. We could just, we can just jump that if we need to. Let's go get these blocks before they spawn. Yeah, so the trapdoors will trick the wandering trader into thinking he can walk on them. So he will then try and wander off the edge and fall into the waiting area, the same way that we will confuse the AI up on the platform at the top. So when the wandering trader comes through, it'll have a few seconds where these chunks are loaded. That will then give it enough, hopefully give it enough time to wander into the it was 20, wasn't it? That will give it enough time to hopefully wander off into the area. It will try and walk across the open trapdoors, and it will fall down into the hole below, and then perfect. And then I need the slabs again to do. Where did I put the slabs? Ah, I was gonna say, I swear I put them in that chest. Wrong slabs. So we'll put the trapdoors back in along here. On this side as well. Or, well, in rather, not back in, as we hadn't done this side before. And that's it. So the wandering trader should now, as soon as when he comes into Nether, should end up falling all the way down into and landing on that bottom floor. We also need to take out this cobble. Let's put that in. And then do we want to have a little parkour-y route up to the top here? Actually, we shouldn't. Let's do that a different way. So that would be there, and then we'd have one there. Take out the slabs here. Jump up there. Jump there. And then we can get up. Cool. That'll do for now. So next we want it to put in the sides of this area. So we're going to want a ring of the nether bricks. We want to ring up the nether bricks there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we'll quickly build up our repeating pattern. And then we want the chiseled. We can take these ones out as well, actually. So they should be the brick as well. Oh. We'll fill these in, and we'll make this area safe for us. How many more do I need? Let's put these in. 1, 2. Oh. 3, 4. Oh, one more. Let's put this top one in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, 11 and 12. Okay, so we need 12 of the, if we repeat that pattern down the bottom, we need 12 of the nether bricks. We're going to need 24 regular we need 24 regular, and we're going to need a bunch of the stairs. Actually, let's make more of the stairs. We will use them regardless, and then we will need a bunch of the walls. And our regular pattern goes a bit like that. That's top floor safe for now, at least. Oh. once we get the roof on this place, it will be fully spawn proof from Enderman. So we won't have to worry about them. We can put these sides in. I guess we can actually try and put the we can put the upside down stairs in along the way here. Okay, so this is going to round out our tunnel here. So we can now boat all the way down here safely without the need for these little bits here to stop us. And then because of the way the portals are here, the trapdoors are here, we've got no chance of cavaliering off into the portal itself. Okay, should we could put the ceiling on, and that will give us a degree of safety. It's a good spot to it's a good spot to parkour over to the edge there. Okay, let's put extra block in. I am not doing well in the coordinations department today. Oh, no. Okay. Lost it. Here we go. Let's get the let's get the nether brick layer of this in. Here we go. So we've got the, and then we'll put the slab roof in on top. That should hide the top of the nether portal, and we can get rid of that cobble that is currently in its place. Okay, then if we take out these ones, we've got along the side, and that's that part done. Oh, damn it. Well, something like that's actually not a bad way to get up, I guess. Just the Wandering Trader will not be able to parkour it like that. Where's the slabs? We need those, probably more. I'll start with just another stack. This can go away now. So we will fill in the top here with our smooth blackstone slabs. I've lost our way up and down, but hopefully we've got enough resources to actually fill the whole thing in. And then we won't need to get back up here. We can go back down, and be done with the ceiling here. Let's put this bit in. Yeah, I think we might. We've probably got more than enough slabs on us for this part. Can clean that up once I'm down the bottom. So this whole area now at the top level should be Enderman proof. Okay, did not have enough, but we can finish it off from down here. Yeah, half a stack should be enough to finish it. Half a stack was way more than we needed to finish it. Let's tidy up that one, and then there was another one over here, right? Yes. Clean up that one as well. Part of me is wondering if we could put walls along here, but my worry is that the traders will sort of wander onto the edge and get stuck there. Might look better though. We'll have to see. Okay, now for the bottom, we're going to want some of those. Regular nether brick. Probably a bunch. Bunch more stairs. So regular nether brick, and then we're going to want the walls again. No, the regular polished blackstone walls. Yeah, and that drop is small enough. It seems that it doesn't. It's not going to hurt anyone as they drop down to this level. As we don't want to hurt the trader before we can check their trades. That bit comes after. Yeah, that's when it would be nice if we can separate out the llamas from the traders themselves, because it might get quite hectic with all of the llamas down here, and the llamas will retaliate if we accidentally punch a trader or something, I guess. Accidentally punch them entirely by accident, and I don't know. Does it count as a punch if we use a flaming sword? So let's fill in the remainder down here. Wait. Oh crap! I built this too high. Right. No, I guess it's fine. It's fine. We can have this floor be a bit more shallow. We'll just go down like that, and we'll fill in the walls. This is fine, and then at some point later I can maybe expand it down a bit more if we need to. It's going to get a bit dark though probably, so we'll need to put some lighting in down here to okay, then we can swap these out, put a slab there, a slab there, and then we can use these to parkour our way back up. Let's fill in the sides up here. Two more. Do we have two? Do we happen to have any in the chest? No. Okay. There's two more. Two more walls, and that's this area enclosed. We could probably start to tidy up a bit in here. So we probably actually want a lot of storage in this area. We'll have to figure that out. We'll figure that bit out later. But we'll want some blocks to trade with to the trader, and some where to store the blocks we get from the trader. Let's. Oh, no, I need the pickaxe for the stone cart, don't I? So let's put the crafting bench and the stone cart out of the way. They're not going to be in the way of anything. This all seems okay. We've got no spawnable spaces down here. We've got our drop chutes for the trader. So go down. So all that would be left, all that's left now, is to make that platform in the overworld as large as possible. And then to AFK and wait for the traders to arrive. As I said, we can parkour over to the portal. We'll come out. We can come this way, and we'll have for shenanigans and a convenient way up at a later date. For now, we'll continue the precarious route that we've got at the moment. We head up here, and yeah, any trader that spawns around here should appear, and then just wander over here and fall into the nether like an idiot. So I think I'll call it for now. just to give you guys some idea of the size that eventually I want to expand this out to. This circle shows the extent. So the mini HUD doesn't have a convenient way of just centering a box around a central coordinate, but so I used a circle instead to get an idea of just how far out we're going. But so we will basically have that portal will expand all the way out to here, and then expand out as a square rather than a circle as we've got now. But yeah, we've got a lot of work ahead of us on that bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So what have we actually got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15. So we are 15 of 40, 15 of 48 blocks out now. As I said, I'll continue to grow it out. I'd probably do a lot of that off camera. That will give us a good space for the traders to spawn, and then it will just be a case of AFKing here long enough to bank up enough traders that we can then get all of the red sand that we want from them. And then we can go back and finish detailing our work in the desert and start building out some more structures on the surface of that area. As I said, and between things, I'll expand this out, get it bigger and bigger, increase our chances of getting the traders with each, and eventually we'll go all the way out to the full 48 blocks. Then I'll put a wall around the edge, and then we'll taper it in similar to the desert one. The only thought I have is we actually do have a lot more build, because we built this higher up to avoid the slimes. We do have a lot more build height than we had in the husk farm area. So we can either go out and then taper this down and put a flat bottom on it like that one, or we could actually take it all the way down into a point, have a full inverted pyramid over here. That could be kind of cool. I'll have to have a think and potentially play around to see what we can do in terms of decoration to the final platform. But yeah, I feel like this was some good progress today. We've got the guts of the farm built now. So as I said, all that's left is to expand the spawning area as much as possible, and other than that, everything should work fine. It's just decoration that we remaining. Oh. Speaking of decoration, we missed a spot. There you go. Yeah. So that's it. We have the starts of our wandering trader farm. With this, we should be able to start getting ourselves some red sand. This one's been a long one in the waiting, but hopefully going forward the schedule should go back to normal a bit. We should be back on track for our Wednesday streams, and we can slowly start to expand this whole this world. And I'm still quite excited about all those projects we talked about at the start of this stream over in the desert area, expanding that out. Also excited about working out what we can put underneath this platform once it's built. So it's going to be huge. So we're going to have a lot of space. So we should use it for something. We should make full use of the area. And yeah, and just generally, it's going to be good to actually get one of the areas in our world sort of into a good shape and finished. I want to get that whole. I'm excited to get the desert into a completed state, so we can sort of draw a line under our desert related part of our world building here, and then we can move on to finishing up some of the other projects that we have going. So with that, I think that's all for me for today, and I will see you all next week for another Skyblock stream. Bye.